bit about that as well. So y'all put your hands together and welcome Winter Harris back. Woo!
Yeah, give it up, give it up, give it up.
Yes.
Man,
Hey,
I think
girl.
a lot of people don't even know that you sing. I think they just thought
A
you
lot
was
of
a
people are
reality
just-
show star or something. They
Yeah.
didn't know, no.
A lot of people are just figuring that out.
Yeah, well, they
It's
figuring it
okay.
out.
They just now catching on.
Well, if they watched season 1, they learned at the end that I could.
That she is a recording artist.
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
And she has an amazing voice, and you all are going to get to hear that later in the show. Before we end the show, we're going to close with a live performance with her new single. But Winter, just give us a recap. Since the last time you've been here, what's been going on? Anything new you want to share with the audience? Let's get them caught up.
Man, I think the last time I was here, we were just wrapping season 2A. And so we finished season 2B. We filmed the reunion. We just were delayed about 6 months. So you guys are watching footage that's about a year old, I think, at this point.
Yeah.
Is it that old?
It is.
Yeah.
It is. We're about a year behind, so you guys are seeing what happened a year ago. But life has been good. I had my 9th book come out, so the Single Housewife Affirmation Cookbook is available for pre-order, so I'm excited about that.
So add
Y'all
author
y'all-
behind her
y'all
title
put,
as well.
Put them
okay?
hands together, y'all, for
Yes,
that right
yes,
there.
yes.
That's
She's
pretty
also
dope.
an
That's pretty
author.
dope. I
So,
like it.
yes, it's my 9th book. So
9
I've
books.
had an author page on Amazon for quite some time. I don't publicize and promote myself like I should. I'm getting better. That's my challenge to myself in 2024. So you can go and pre-order that on my website, simplywinter.com. I am steadily moving forward with the Romancipation, with which Terry and Stan are the red carpet hosts for, which I'm so thrilled to have them.
Yes, indeed.
So March.
Remember I said I need y'all energy, right? Y'all didn't got full. Look at
Yeah.
these niggas.
They got
full
itis.
They got
up
the
in here.
itis.
They got the
Yeah, y'all
itis.
gotta wake up now. Come on, I need the
They
energy. Y'all gotta
Yes.
give it to me.
So that's happening on March 9th. That's going to go down. So we have a dynamic relationship panel. Terry was on our last
Yes, I
relationship
was.
panel. And you should have been there because she was off the chain.
Yeah,
But one of our most favorite panelists ever. She was real. The audience loved her. She was great. Last but not least, I am moving forward with music. So I had 2 singles out before, which was Sign My Papers and Gutter Barbies. And then fall.
But wait,
They laugh.
everybody
Oh,
remember,
Sign
everybody
my
remember Gutter
papers.
Barbies,
Remember
right?
Can we tell them about that? Sign my papers.
Yes. Can we tell them about
Yeah,
Sign
tell
My
'em.
Papers? Oh, that's
And
been-
Gutter Barbie.
Oh, well, Sign My Papers was actually a jingle I came up with. People ask how I got that. It was on the fly. I really was sick and tired of being sick and tired. He would not sign my papers and was stalling our divorce. And so I just was like, either I need to sing or I'm going to cuss him out, so I'll sing. And I had promised my mom that I would not cuss while filming. And so I just had to sing it out. Sometimes things hit you deep down and you're shining on, it's got to come out. And so it came out in song. And so we went and recorded Sign My Papers, and it became the anthem for being done. That's what I like. You can be done, but then there's done.
Done.
And you
Like
when
gotta
you
sign
stop
these
talking,
papers.
you're done.
Sign these papers and go on about your business. Yes. And then Gutter Barbies didn't start out so nice. I called a couple of my castmates Gutter Barbies.
Yeah, we
Yes, you
remember
did.
that.
And then I felt repentant and decided to make it a positive song. And so Gutter Barbies is actually a club song. So it's kind of following my life. Sign My Papers is going through a divorce. Gutter Barbies is reclaiming my femininity and my singleness, and we out having a good time, trying to find us. I'm not a cougar. Don't bring them to me young.
Don't do
I
it.
can't do nothing with you.
Can't do it.
I'm a sugar mama with no sugar.
Okay.
Okay.
I ain't got no sugar to give.
Oh,
I receive sugar. I don't give sugar.
I can dig it.
I love
okay.
it.
A sugar mama with no sugar.
Sugar
Okay.
mama with no sugar. So that is Gutter Barbies. And then the newest single is Fall. And it is a play on falling in love, which is where I am now.
Oh,
Okay, well, wait.
Wait.
I saw how you tried to sneak that under the
we get to
rug
break
real
the tea
quick.
on Spotlight over
But
the
you know,
city.
we're going to get in your business a little bit. So what do you mean, love? What?
She said that's
So-
where I am now.
That's where
so
I am
you-
now.
So are you trying to tell us right here live on Spotlight over the city that you have fallen in love for Valentine's Day?
Well, it's way before Valentine's Day, but yes. So
Ooh.
Fall is not so loosely based on our love story. So
Oh.
if you listen to the words, it makes a lot of sense. If you listen as I sing, it will explain kind of where we both started and then where we ended up.
So who wrote the song?
So he actually wrote the song. He co-wrote and co-produced the song.
I
and
love
so
it.
It's interesting that I'm singing the song
Yeah.
that he wrote about our love story.
I love
Oh,
it.
y'all give it up for. Oh, okay. So, would you say this is something that you would consider real love?
Yes, I actually was on an interview recently, so I'll repeat it tonight. I said it took me 41 years to find my soulmate.
That's
Wow.
when you know. When you call a person your soulmate, that means you really feel like you have a
Wow.
connection
It's
with
true.
them that's different than
Yes.
most.
So there's a line in the song that he wrote. He says, "When you know it's real, it hits different." And that's so true. And I
That is
think
true.
that little, oh, this ain't that. And when you realize that this ain't that, it's like, I'm good here.
So when you met that, this ain't that. What was that one thing that made you realize this is really it? Like what did he do or say, or was it an energy? What was it that made you say this is it?
So it's interesting. So if you watch the show this season, there's a weird dichotomy happening. I'm actually seeing someone on the show. And so the audience doesn't know this because they're watching me go through this relationship on the show. But I actually met him the night before I was introduced to the guy I date on the show.
So wait, time out, Winner. So what you
True.
saying is, in the midst of you guys meeting, he had to watch this play out on television.
He did, but we didn't.
While you guys were.
True. But this is the thing. We didn't start off romantic. Okay, true story. We met at a networking event. Someone that was at that networking event is actually here tonight. So there's a
Okay.
networking event we went to, and the DJ said, "Turn to the person next to you and introduce yourself." And he was the person standing next to me.
Really?
Seriously. And so we struck up a conversation, and he says, "I was one of the guest speakers that night," and he said, "I see that you're one of the speakers. Tell me about this reality show. I don't watch reality TV." And I said, "Oh, well, I'm on Love and Marriage DC." And he was like, "Oh, my boy is on that show." And I was like, "Well, who is your boy?" He was like, "Quick." Well, at this time, the Silvas and I were not good. So I was
So
like,
that's a whole nother dynamic.
I was like,
right?
"Oh, well, yep, that's great." I told my friends, I was like, handsome guy, very nice, great conversation, but he knows quick. It's a no for me. So we just, immediately, for me, he was an immediate friend zone because of that. But we had so much like connection just from talking. We're both PKs. We had a lot in common that we agreed to meet platonically a few weeks later. That conversation was 2 hours. And it was
Wow.
supposed to be about business. We tried it again a week later, another 2 hours. And so this kept reoccurring. But when I decided to move forward, because he hadn't shot a shot at this time, and until you shoot your shot, I am still single,
That's right.
I moved forward with the gentleman
The
you
other
guys see
guy.
on the show.
Mhm.
And so, literally, because we had so much chemistry and connection, I actually distanced myself from him because I wanted to be respectful of the relationship that I was building with the gentleman on the show.
Right.
The audience will learn that relationship did not last. And so he actually reached out randomly and was like, "I see that you're in this relationship. I love Black Love. Kudos to y'all. Wish you the best." And I was like, "About that."
And you was like, well, about that.
And so he was like, "Really? Well, what happened?" So we just started talking, and I actually was bold. And I was like, "It's interesting that this didn't work out because I always thought you would shoot a shot." And he
Yes.
was like, "What?" I was like, "Yeah, I kind of had a little crush." He
You
was like, "Why didn't you tell me?" I was like, "Well, why didn't you shoot a shot?"
I know that's right.
So wait, so give it up for Winner. So let me
Yes.
say this though. This is what I
Yes.
want to say, Winner. I think that's a really big girl move, right? I think it takes a lot of guts to do it. I think it takes a lot of courage, and you also have to be confident, right?
Yes.
But when you do it, it's a turn on for a guy. Because what it does is give the guy an out plan. Like, for instance, some guys are shy. Some guys don't have as much confidence. So they want to speak to you. They want to address you. But they don't feel that they will be heard or they don't feel like you'll receive them. So when you do that, it just gives them the green light, right?
Yes.
So, okay, like, it's like,
It got the green. He said, "Say less. I want to take you out." And so he planned a date a week later. That date was 2 hours again. The following date was 4 hours. The rest is history. That was 10 months ago.
okay, let's go,
I
Winner. Let's go,
love
Winner. Let's go, Winner. Okay,
it.
so love is in the air in real life, in your life,
True.
right?
For
And
real.
so how does it change the dynamics of how you film, how you go forward in the reality aspect of it? Because when you're dating, you can't necessarily maybe be as open or say certain things on air or whatever the case is. So do you handle it normal? Like it's just like you're single, or does it change the dynamics
No,
of how
no,
you
no.
go about it?
No, I'm always respectful, like, and that's been kind of how I've dealt with the season airing because again, the audience is watching me date someone I'm no longer with, and that relationship has been over for almost a year now.
Right.
So I'm like, you'll find out what happens on the show, but I am, in something new. But he's not public, and I respect that, so I don't post him. I mean, I think people have gotten a finger, maybe a arm, but you're not gonna get a face. So it's not. I call it we're private, not secret. And so we're out in the city. You may see us out. We're out all the time. But as far as what I've learned being in the public eye is that the audience is very nosy, and unfortunately, that there are people that don't want to wish you well, and they
Very
will
true.
go through an extensive amount of time trying to ruin a thing if they know that it exists. So I feel
Wow.
like if you love it, protect it. And when it comes to being on reality TV, you have to protect it. They don't try to really help grow a relationship. A lot of ways it tears it down. So, yeah, this has been my one sweet safe haven that I've been able to protect and keep to myself for the last 10 months, and I will continue to do so for as long as I'm public. But he's around, like I said,
Yay.
he's private, not secret.
That's
So
right.
I
that's
would
been
say
nice.
I would suggest that you keep it that way.
I love
Because
it.
if you don't have to play your relationship out, so we almost have to
Because of what we do.
Yeah.
and we do it together. But if you don't have to, I would say keep your relationship private, because when you break up in public, you'll get together in public, you'll break up in public.
Yes.
People will form opinions about your relationship, and they'll address you whether you want them to or not. And so, real quick, they giving us the sign, but
We didn't even get to do our relationship questions. Where did the time go?
I know, right? We got to talking. But I want to say congrats on everything that you have going on. The 9 books are important. Everything that you do on reality TV is important as well. So going forward, what was one of the worst experiences that you had on Love and Marriage DC, would you say?
Whew. The reunion season 1 was craziness. If I could skip that part, I could handle everything else I went through, but the reunion was very tough. If you go back and watch it, I am the only woman up there with no support as a man sitting beside me. So I had to endure all that heat alone.
By yourself.
Yes. So that was definitely the toughest moment for me.
And so the last one I would say is, what would you do differently if you had one thing that you could reverse and do over?
When it comes to reality TV?
When it comes to the
reality
show.
TV.
Oh, goodness. I would be very mindful of everything I say, because everything you say, if it's recorded, it's a sound bite. And you don't know when that sound bite is going to be used. So I would be very intentional and methodical about what I said and when I said it.
Yeah.
So it can't be used against me.
Makes
Yeah.
sense.
So
you
that
wanna
statement,
close?
everything you say can and will be used
Can
against you.
and will be. Absolutely.
Okay. No, I don't have any other questions about the show. I've been keeping up. I have to say, though, Winter, it is unfortunate that there's such divisiveness on the show. I wish, like Stan said, Terry just wants everybody to love each other and
Oh,
get
me too.
along. And I really would love to see that happen one day. So,
As
Yeah,
long
we're gonna-
as
we're
there
gonna
is
try
a
to-
God. Listen,
We're going to try to make amends with some of your...
let's work
Y'all
on it. Let's hope for the
situations.
best. I tell people all the time, if me and Ashley Silva can find some sort of peace,
then anybody
then
can.
anybody can find peace.
Okay.
So we'll
Well,
take that.
we'll
And
take
so we'll
that.
take that. But we do agree that we want everybody to be cool. That's
we
cool
want peace
with
and
us.
harmony with
And so we try
everybody.
to make amends wherever we can. So once again, you guys, you already see the amazing young lady that's getting ready to close. You hear her story in a smidget of it. We didn't have enough time to get all the way. But you guys give it up one more time for Miss Winter. in the
Winter
building.
Harris! Yes.
AKA the Winter Storm.
The winter
Winter
storm,
storm.
yes. So yeah, we didn't get to get. I had all these juicy relationship questions that I printed off, but the time is now about to end the show, so we got to get to closing the show so that Winter can close with her live performance, and we can turn up a little bit afterwards for Stan's birthday. Y'all, happy birthday, baby!
Thank you
Happy
much. And all the
birthday.
Aquariuses out there, we appreciate
Yeah,
you
happy
guys as well.
birthday.
Aquarius season.
Aquarius season, y'all.
So y'all ready for a live performance for Miss Winter?
Is she gonna sing? Oh, you know what? You earlier, I heard you ask Winter to sing "Happy Birthday" to you when
Oh,
you
let's go.
when you live with a singer.
Oh,
Oh, you was offended.
You
okay. Okay, so
No,
can I get-
I'm nobody's
break up
second.
No marriages.
I'm
You need to let her sing it.
No, ma'am.
I'll do the
Well,
background.
I was just
No.
going to the singer because he was a closer, and I didn't know you wasn't closing. So okay,
I was
closer.
just, trying to be a
All right, well,
troublemaker.
okay,
That's
get
all.
out your feelings. We'll be right back. Spotlight over the city. That's funny.